Okay, so I just wanted to make this YouTube video showing you guys how to wire up your third brake light and dome light on your camper shells for the 2022 F-150s. These model years don't have the CHMSL wire in the engine compartment, so there's another solution to wire it up using the passenger fuse box. So I'll show you guys how I did mine, and hopefully it's helpful to some of you out there that are struggling with the same problem. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to disconnect your negative battery terminal. All you do is just undo that bolt right there. It's a 10mm bolt, and it's not going to mess anything up in your software or anything. You're just going to go ahead and pull that out and move it over to the side. And then in the back here I have this tag box, right? It has some fuses that are protecting the lights. And on the top there is the output for the dome light and the CHMSL, which is that third brake light. And then on the bottom is the input. So that has 3 wires, a ground, power for the CHMSL, and the power for the dome light. So I traced that all the way down. You could remove your tail light if you wanted to make this easier, but I found it was pretty easy to just feed through, and it pops out right there in the bottom of the truck. And then I actually split off the ground wire there. I forgot to show it, but I connected the ground wire right at that source, and then the other 2 wires, the CHMSL and the dome light wire, I put into that split loom and just kind of fed all the way around to the passenger side. And then this is where it connects up onto the frame. I use these little sticky, I don't know what they're called, but little attachments, and then zip tied the wire to them. So this is kind of showing the passenger side frame, the wires going around. And I'm not any mechanical expert here, so I don't know how this is going to hold up, but that's just kind of the best way I found for the wire to go around. Yeah, just kind of connects over there all the way up to the front, and then this is a close-up of where it feeds into the cab. So I drilled a hole right there. Some of you might already have a rubber gasket there, but I drilled a little hole and put a little gasket there, and that feeds in up through the passenger's floor. And then so those 2 wires coming out, one's for the CHMSL, one's for the dome light, and they're connected to these micro 2 ADA fuses. This first one is in slot number 30. That's where you're going to put your CHMSL wire, and that gets activated when the driver brakes. And the second one is in slot number 3, and that has a constant supply of power, so you can use your dome light whenever the truck is off even. And they have 5 amp fuses protecting those components. Okay, so I connected my input into the tag box, and I still wasn't getting my lights to work. So I had to do some troubleshooting, and I found that on this output side for the dome light and the CHMSL light, there's a power and a ground connection. And the power was coming through, but the ground was not working. So what I ended up doing is I bypassed the entire tag box, and I just added these T-splice connections to the grounds for both the dome light and the CHMSL light, and bypassed the entire tag box and just connected those grounds straight to the ground from the input, which was working. And after I did that, I was able to test my light, and sure enough, it turned on. Alright, and then finally I just going to test my third brake light here on the camper shell. So when I press the brake pedal, the light turns on, and then I take it off, it's off, no flickering, on again, and off. So looks like it's working. Pretty happy with how it turned out, and hopefully this helped some of you with the same model year Ford.